Welcome to Paranormal Into the Night with your host, Dino Ewell. All things spooky, all things paranormal. Get set, get spooked.
Hello everybody, welcome to Paranormal Into the Night on the PITN Radio Network. I am Dino Ewell, and you can find us at www.pitnradionetwork.com. You could also find us on our Facebook group, Paranormal Into the Night. Over 4,500 people in there, so it's a big group and a lot of cool people. Place where I got a lot of my guests from. A lot of cool people in there. What can I say? Check out our site for all our goodies. Our advertisers ready and armed, bringing style to concealment. Check out that link over there to the left on the page. Also check out our past archives, which are also up on Spreaker. If you do a search for PITN Radio Network, you will find it there. Also our blog at the top of the page, all our upcoming guests. We also got Voices Carry radio show on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. And this Wednesday, they're going to have Ben Hansen from one and only sci-fi channel Fact or Faked. I loved that show when it was on. It didn't last that long, but that's usually how those good shows go. And they were kind of debunkers and very, very, very skeptical, but I still like the show. So he'll be interesting to hear on Voices Carry radio show Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And what else can I say? We got check out the Late Late Horror Show on YouTube. It's me and my buddy. We do a full horror movie each week. Usually goes up Tuesday night. But you got to be sure to subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And that's a really fun thing. If you look under here, I got the Wolfman, 1941. It's a commentary show. We do goofs. We have fun with it and all that. So all that good stuff out of the way. We are a donation station up in the upper right-hand corner. Hit the button, help us out, keep the network going, get some better shows, some new shows, keeping us going. And tonight, let me just go and say, we got Harold Berryman from Analyst, and they are the original Georgia ghost hunters. I'm going to ask them about that, the first ones. We'll see. But we're going to talk about demonology. We're going to talk about his paranormal investigations. A lot to talk about. So, Harold, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You are there.
Huh?
I'm good, Harold. I'm good. I've been talking to you about 15 minutes now before the show started, and you seem like a real fun guy, that's for sure. But I'm sure there's a serious side to you too, though. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is.
Unfortunately. But let's see. Before we get into, I do want to talk about the demonology and get into a little bit of the darker stuff with, your paranormal investigations and stuff. But how did you get started in this field, and how did you get started with Analyst?
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, my house was haunted, and there was really no one to call. Nothing to do, and I had to deal with that, and it was terrible. And once I got older, I found out you could, actually get these things out of your house. I started studying up on the different types of spirits, and it was really hard because there was no resource at all. I had to go to 2 or 3 libraries to get information. And I'm in the South, so half the books that were supposed to be in the library weren't. And
so how long have you been in
there?
How long has this been? Have you been in the field?
As haunt analyst, or how long have I been?
Paranormal investigating.
I want to say professionally investigating 22 years, but I really started when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I started learning, and then, went from there. Although some people just jump into the field, and that's simple.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, you can't just. Well, I mean the serious-minded ones and the ones that really seeking answers are the ones who dealt with this when they were very young and stuff like that. You know, so I mean, what kind of things did you happened when you were a young child that some of your experiences?
I've seen spirits, moving objects, things get put off the wall. My father would get intoxicated, and I'm pretty sure he'd get possessed at times.
And that's
there
probably
was times when I was a child, I thought my father was the devil.
Really? Okay, but was he just drunk, or was you really think that he was possessed?
I think he was possessed.
Okay.
Because he could move things.
Well, probably because a lot of the other stuff that happened along with it, like the poltergeist activity and stuff like that too, probably, huh?
Yeah. I think he was highly susceptible to being, possessed. One, because he was alcoholic, but he had a lot of PTSD going on too.
Okay. From yeah. I won't get into that. Yeah, personal stuff, but okay. I mean, yeah. And what other kind of stuff happened? Was that the main factor that kind of got you interested and kept hold of it for all these years, or more stuff happened?
Like a lot of stuff happened on that property.
Okay.
Come find out, Indians were buried there. And everybody on my street's house sat on Indian burial.
Okay. And
everybody.
And this was in what area? What part of the country?
Georgia, rural Georgia.
I'm asking.
saying it was rural where we were.
Okay, very rural. Yeah, I'm asking you where we're at, and well, you could have grew up somewhere different than Georgia. I mean, you guys are the original Georgia ghost hunters, which means that you guys were probably the first ones, huh?
Yeah, as far as I know, I mean, we were one of the first groups, and I have the original because as of right now, I don't know anyone who's been around longer than us. And it was kind of voted in 2 years ago, which I didn't have a lot to do with. But I don't know what happened. A lot of these paranormal groups have just off the map in the last 5 years. I don't know. Probably because they found out on TV.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many out there, so that's probably why. And everybody wants to do it as kind of a hobby, so that they pop up, they quarrel, they just lose interest, and they're gone after a few months, and so the real groups that have stuck around for many years, those are the ones that are going to be the ones you want to go to.
Yeah, the ones that have endured all of it. I mean, I remember when people used to think we were satanic people because we, hunt ghosts. And then when it's on TV, everybody loved it. And that TV thing's starting to, drizzle out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was it? Oh, boy, how many years ago? About 7 years ago, it really peaked. And slowly, it's starting to fade away. I mean, you got your main ones, which is the Ghost Adventures, and the Ghost Hunters still going strong, I guess.
Yeah.
And a couple other ones, but they're kind of fizzling out a little bit. So, but the people that are out there, the real people like you guys doing your investigations are kind of the important people, because you guys are really trying to help people out and get to the bottom of a lot of what happened,
Yeah, we do help people out. I mean, we also investigate cemeteries and things like that, just to get a more common ground on what's what, But yeah, overall, I'm in this to help people. I'm not here to say let's prove ghosts exist. They already proven it existed, and whether people want to admit it or not.
Right.
Spirits are real, get over that part. And then you have to learn some of them are pissed off. some of them want to hurt you. And then you have demons, then you have malevolent spirits, and then you have astral and otherworldly spirits. And, that's what really gets crazy, because some ghost hunters go in with a bundle of sage thinking that's it. That's just stupid,
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing, and they get really pissed off.
It's got to be the same way on the other side as it is here. I mean, like you've got evil, you got good, you've got people who've got agendas, and I would think on the other side, if you pass away and you're in limbo, it would probably be the same way over there. You're either going to be mad, pissed off, after somebody, want to stick around, don't want to go. So I hear you there.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I've cleaned up. When I say cleaned up, there was I think it was 4 years ago, there was a guy who was running a group, which he was in my same area. And he finally got a real case where, people contacted him. And I had to go clean it up. It's something that was very small. It wasn't a big deal. He got it so irritated because he went in, saging the place and throwing holy water around and doing all these things he shouldn't have done.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing worked. And he got this thing really ticked off. But he ended up quitting, though. It scared him to death. And I asked him, why would you, start a group if you didn't really believe in all this stuff? And he told me, I wanted to be on TV. And then the radio, girls think that's hot.
What the heck?
That's it? That's the reason? How stupid.
He wants to be famous and get some chicks. That's not...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be... Well, I mean... wow. I mean, that's kind of amazing. I mean, going in it that way. And he got scared to death. And well, tell me about this. I mean, it was a demonic entity. What was going on?
No, it was just an intelligent haunt.
So just something basic.
Got it pissed off. Yeah, it was an intelligent haunt, and a ghost can pick up to 10 pounds by itself, and it started throwing stuff at him. Nothing over 10 pounds. Although there's 2 or 3 ghosts, they put their energy together and they can do more. But everybody knows a regular ghost pick up to 10 pounds.
Really?
And then they apparate. Oh yeah, you knew that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Apparate, they go.
I'm sorry, I did not know that there was a weight limit to how much they'd pick up.
Yeah, one ghost can pick up to 10 pounds. One, that's just a human spirit, pick up to 10 pounds.
Huh.
Man, you're going to have to come to a class.
Well, I'm telling you, I've heard plenty, but the whole 10-pound thing, I mean, I always thought, of course it depends on the amount of energy that spirit is holding. Demonic entities could probably, conjure up a lot more.
Demonic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're 100 times more powerful than a human spirit. Demonic. Wow.
Because what you were saying, that kind of reminds me of a movie that, The Frighteners. Remember that movie or no? I think it was 90s.
With Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, right?
Yep, and remember the ghosts work together to, scare people?
Yeah, I remember. It's funny.
It was actually a very, very good movie. I enjoyed that. So yeah, to check that out. Actually, we did that on my horror show. So we did The Frighteners, and a lot of cool stuff in that movie. But yeah, the demons or demonic entities are 100 times more powerful than a regular spirit. Interesting.
Yeah, they are. Because they're not really spirits. That's their world, period. This is how they are. And demons are evil. Well, hell, everybody knows that. They've always got like a chip on their shoulders, I'd say.
Well, I mean...
They don't want any...
Well, what is your...
They just want to...
What do you think these demonic entities are? I mean, specifically.
They're demons. what are demonic entities? Demonic entities are demons.
Well,
They're fallen angels, and their main goal is to torture and destroy people.
okay, so you believe they are fallen angels then?
Yeah, I mean that's what demons are. Fallen angels. Demon like Satan. He got cast out of heaven. He was an angel. Demons were once angels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've heard that, of course. I know that. I'm not, I'm educated enough on it to know that much. But I also thought there were, there was more to it than just being a fallen angel and becoming a demon. I mean, this world's a little bit more complex, I thought, than that. That there were, many types of monsters, spirits, and.
Well, yeah, there are, but like demon, that's a specific title.
Okay.
Demonic entity. What is it? It's a demon, an astral entity. What's that? That's a demon from the astral dimension. Well, not a demon, but from the astral dimension.
A spirit from the astral realm. Yeah. Huh. How do you explain people being thrown? Would that just be mostly by a demonic or a demon, right?
People being thrown?
Yeah. So, say there's a haunting and stuff going on where people, even the entity case. I mean, people being actually thrown, and I mean the people
and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, any spirit can throw. If it has enough energy, human spirits can throw people with enough energy.
Well, you said 10-pound limit though, right?
I didn't catch. I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
No, you said they can throw up to 10 pounds. So that I don't think one spirit can conjure up enough energy then to. Go ahead.
Well, no, like if there's more, they can bind their strength to do it.
Okay. So you would get a few ghosts together and throw somebody, almost like a oh boy, a punk club where they're doing like that. Everybody's in a big group. What's that called? Dancing, and you get a bunch of people together and whatever. I understand what you're saying. Mosh pit. Yeah, it's a ghost mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So on your investigations, what has been the one that stood out the most for you? Like it could be anything. I mean, over all these years.
Well, the ones I could talk about openly.
Well, you could talk. Yeah, you be open. You could talk. You could say anything you want.
No, I mean, there's some things that are just totally distasteful to talk about that I've been witness to.
Okay.
NIM is on the website. That was a pretty good one. Things stood out because the ghost didn't care if you knew he was there or not. And he would practically operate almost on command because he thought he was, just it, But we had to take care of him really quickly. And what people don't understand is when you get this spirit out of a house, you're getting them out of the house. You're not killing them. You're getting them out of this house. That's it. And a lot of ghost hunters don't understand, that spirit could follow you home.
Well, we're
the same one. And one thing I'm wondering is how many times have I ran into the same demonic force?
Really? So you've run into the same one?
I really don't know that.
Okay. Well, then where do you think...
Yeah, I mean, if you like moving something...
Go ahead.
Where do I think what?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, where do you think they go? Like, because it seems like you don't believe that you can... or maybe you do, that you can get somebody onto the other side, like help them out, see the...
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
But, like, if it's a malevolent force and you're just getting them out of this house, I mean, they're going, you're getting them out of the house. You're getting it out of the house where it won't, assault these people anymore and destroy their lives anymore. Yeah, you can get them to cross over. But if it don't want to cross over, they're not going to cross over. I mean, God gave free will.
Right. So, and that carries over when you pass away. If you want to stick around, you're going to stick around. And you say there's no power to really, compel them or banish them or anything like that. Then, right?
Oh no, you broke up. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
you said there's no power to. Yeah, and then you broke up.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying to banish them, to like people have their rituals, the cleansings and stuff like that, and you say that with the free will being on the other side as well, that it's kind of impossible then to really to banish them, right? To get rid of them totally.
Well, to get rid of them totally, there is a way to totally get rid of them. I don't want to go into that at all, really, because it sounds ridiculous.
No.
What happens?
Well, I mean, I want to hear it if there's a way. I mean, go for it.
Somebody, you got to have somebody gifted that can do it. You've heard of energy vampires?
Yes.
So you have somebody that can
empaths?
People's energy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get somebody can take that energy, which is what the spirit is,
mm-hmm.
and make the spirit dissolve to where there is nothing.
Okay.
Does that work? I mean,
well, yeah, you tell me. You've had that work for you then, right?
Yeah, but that's in very bad taste to do.
Well, I mean, if that's the only way for that to happen, I mean, to diminish, I can see to diminish their energy to the point to where they wouldn't cause any more, havoc on the people that are being, haunted or, threatened by the entity themselves or the spirit. Whoever.
Yeah, but look, man, they are that energy. I mean, you can't just take some of it away. That is them. So you take away, some energy. It's like taking a limb because you're taking that energy from them, and they are energy. Just like saying, I just need a little bit of meat from my pet at the meat store. They're going to cut something off. You know what I'm saying? To get it.
Right.
And they're going to, yeah. And
well, if you do what you just said, then though, and if that's the way to get rid of them is like an empath to drain them pretty much of their energy, you're not draining them completely of their energy, are you?
Well, you can.
You can, okay.
You can.
So you're telling me that you can definitely kill the spirit on the other side, drain them of their essence, their energy. That's basically stealing their soul then, right? I mean...
Yeah, that's not a new idea. I mean, that's been going on, I know, 15, 20 years. It's not like I made that up,
No, that's...
But see, that's another thing. Out in this field, people don't know what can happen, what can't happen. They just want to start a sticker and a T-shirt on, go out here, and they don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's resources that cost money to learn, and nobody wants to do that because TAP says everything should be free. You know what? Even good guys get paid, dude. Guys get paid. TAPS gets paid every week for talking a bunch of crap on TV. Now, I don't charge for my services, but people follow TAPS like, they are... that's just it. And they're not even actually a scientific group.
Oh,
actually.
Well, I mean, they did it for 15 years prior to getting their on TV and getting their TV show. And I know that when they even started their show that they tried their hardest to do it right and do it simple. But then the entertainment side comes along and they want to up the ante, and we need to see ghosts, we need you to get evidence and this and that. And that's when it kind of all blew up, and that's why you can't really trust most TV shows, really. So
because it's called sponsors, everybody wants them, and nobody's going to watch a show for an hour. Well, I guess they will, because they have for years, where nothing happens. They have to act like something's going on. I'm not saying they fake it, but how many times you say, "Oh my God, what's that?" Commercial break, and then you come back, and it was, "Oh, I just dropped this," or something simple. They're told to do that. And, there are a lot of people have told on taps and other groups. So that's why I try to stay away from TV. Because if somebody's paying you on television, they can tell you what to do. They can tell you what to say. And the people are like, "Oh, well, they couldn't tell me." Well, then you wouldn't have a job.
Right. And you said you do charge for your going out and investigating?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I didn't think so.
No, but the way I talk, it sounds like I do, but I don't. I'm just saying, the way the field's set up, everybody has its rules from TV, and that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not going to start using a fabric softener just because I've seen the commercial, on taps. Because I think, oh, this is what Taps uses. It's just, that's really got crazy,
No, I know.
And I will tell you, a while back, Taps was good. They were.
Oh yeah, at the beginning, I really loved and enjoyed the show. I did, and even now, for entertainment purposes,
they had an educational website and everything else. That's gone.
Yeah.
Now they have, what are our T-shirts? Come to our seminars, which, they're totally against, charging for services and all this, but they're totally want you to go pay to hear them talk.
Well, let me ask you this too then. If you say, can you get rid of a spirit from a haunting without using an empath and draining them of their energy? Is it possible?
Yeah, you can get them out of the house.
Okay, well, how do you do that then?
Depending on the type of entity, there are, you can talk them into crossing over. You can do a, I guess you call it a ceremony, which I'm not talking about everybody get together saying kumbaya and all this crazy crap. There's things you can do to get them out like that are ceremonies. Yes, white sage does help a lot, but it's not the answer to everything. Like deodorant, toothpaste help people with the way they smell, but it ain't going to help somebody with athlete's foot. You know what I'm saying? it's stuff that works, but people they overuse sage. They actually do. Yeah. And I really hate the smell of sage. I hate it. But, I have to deal with it.
Well, some say they can do a cleansing with that and use the sage and all that other stuff just to diminish the level of the energy down to a point to where they can actually get them to the other side, or to
weaken them where they can't show that they're there.
Right. But then again, I think that if that's the case, then, right, that... I mean, it's easy for a spirit to pick energy back up then, right? So, activity would be back not long after the energy is depleted, right? Am I wrong?
6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, you're right. 6 to 8 weeks. It'd come back because that's how long sage usually works.
Okay.
From my experience.
Yeah. So you've probably been called back to... help out again, like 6 to 8 weeks later. You guys do the sage, the cleansing, or do you not even do that?
No, sometimes we do. Like I said, it depends on the type of spirit, that there is. If it's residual, anything you do is going to be,
ridiculous to do.
Oh,
Depending
right.
on the type of spirit. Yeah, depending on what type of spirit it is, sometimes we use sage, but we don't overuse it.
So how do you determine whether it's a demon or if it's just a spirit or someone who's passed over?
You analyze your evidence, and you have to do a profile,
Mm-hmm.
without actually seeing it. Due to their characteristics. From those characteristics, find out what it is. Which I thought all paranormal researchers do, but I guess they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've took psychology classes. Psychology pays off wonderful when you're dealing with the paranormal because people are all freaked out. You need to calm them down, and then you have to psychologically profile what these people are experiencing, and what's going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, just like in the real life, you gotta dissect the mental mind of the spirit, the demon, the whoever, whatever it is, and well, what kind of instruments do you use by chance?
Just your basic camera, video camera, full spec camera. I do interactive EVP, and that's what I use my laptop for. We do use voice recorders, to pick up things that, clean up later. But I like to be more direct with the spirits. It cuts the investigation time down so much. I mean, we just use your basic equipment, but once we find out what it is, we deal with it from there.
Okay. So you like to do a basic investigation where you're just just talking and using your laptop?
They all start out basic, all of them do. And what people don't understand, which, if you go do a demonic haunt, if it's, when you first get there, it's not going to be 90 nothing because these things have went without people knowing that they even exist for millennia. And they know what you're there for, so they're going to hide. And a paranormal investigator, you can't go 2 or 3 times, so there's nothing here. Because those things are hiding, And you're there trying to find them. They know what you're there for, I mean, they're in the house when the people call you.
So I'm not
hide.
So I'm not real religious. I mean, I know somewhat and enough, but if all demons are the fallen angels, though, I mean, and they've been around this long, and is it just? I mean, what is their goal? I mean, what are they trying to do with these the hauntings and
people? Haunting? Well, demons do all things for a purpose. They want to ruin people's life. They want to turn them from God and their family. They want these people to suffer. They want to kill them. And they want, the person, depending on how acceptable they are to their influence, have them do things, physical things. Will the demon make you do this, that, and the other? Only if he possesses you. We have free will. People blaming life on somebody else is ridiculous. What people love to do. It would just tempt you into doing it.
Yeah.
And it'll get you, low enough, ruin your life to the point that, there's nothing to live for. I'm going to kill myself. Did the demon make the person? No. It just insisted on it.
Okay, I'm just trying to wrap my head around what they're. I mean, I understand that it's to spread evil, kill, bring the hatred, all that other good stuff, but
destroy
I mean
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're jealous.
And is there anybody? Is there
Lucifer? He was jealous of mankind. That's he got kicked out of heaven over it.
And where's the angels? I mean, anybody to to combat these demons, these fallen angels? I mean,
Angels aren't supposed to interfere, and that's God's word, and they follow what God says. But no, there's nobody here to combat them, because I mean that's part of life. God wants to see, your judgment is how you deal with all this stuff.
Then are we in hell right now? Is planet Earth, are we in hell? I mean, if the fallen angels, the demons, Satan, whatever, is here to, do evil to us, make us kill ourselves, do whatever, is this hell? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. Looking at what's on Netflix, sometimes I think I am in hell.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
No, well, hey, no, I mean, that's why I'm asking you. I mean, what your thoughts are, because I know plenty of people who think that. They say, hey, we're here, we're learning, and this, this planet, this world, it's not, I mean, it can be beautiful, but even with beauty comes death, devastation, and every other ill fate that we are going to have happen to us on this planet. So, I mean, when you're talking about the fallen angels, the demons, and nobody's combating them, and I would think if there's bad and evil and the devil, whatever you want to call it, you would think that the good, the angels, God, everybody, there would be some kind of, let's stop them. Let's combat this, and let's not let this evil, unless it's supposed to happen. And that's kind of where I'm getting to. Are we in hell?
No, we're not in hell. Okay. But, I mean, combat them every day by refusing to give in to, these, the things that you're tempted to do. You know right from wrong. You just have to do right.
Well, that's true.
How was hell? It's not like, good Lord, I've never heard. I mean, some people think, oh, wow, we're in hell. Good Lord, why would they think that? I mean, you've got a lot of beautiful things going on around you, but a lot of the stuff they're thinking that this is hell for, that's just life. It can't be sunny all the time, people, because, even the sun will give you a sunburn.
Well, there you go. I mean, I said with every beautiful thing there comes a little bit of bad sometimes, and that's why I'm. Yeah. But I'm kind.
But that little bit of bad makes the beautiful things more beautiful.
That's true. That's true. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to wrap my head. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the demons and the falling angels and why they're allowed to be here to do what they do. That's the part that I'm trying to wrap my head around. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're here to tempt you to do things.
And you can't get rid of them, right?
Yeah, you get rid of them. You can't kill them, but you can get them out of a house.
Right. I mean, you can't kill them. So, I mean, they're going to roam this earth for forever.
Yeah.
Not a good thought.
Here's what I was telling you. Sometimes I think I'm chasing the same one over and over. Sometimes I think it is the same demon. Yeah. It is the same spirit.
Wow, very interesting. And again, let me ask you. I mean, what was your most, horrific demonic case that you've taken on, and did you need any? And have you encountered any possessions along the way in all of your 20 years?
Last week, matter of fact, I had a possession. Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of possession cases. Where people think, people don't think they're possessed. The people around them know they're possessed. And they don't know how to deal with it, so they think they're just gone crazy. So they'll call, the police, and these people get 1013, which is when somebody gets you put, in the hospital to be psychologically evaluated to see if you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or not.
Yeah.
And if you're saying you're possessed, they're going to think you're crazy. Because nobody wants to believe in that.
No,
at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure things are still the same as they've been over the years. I mean, the tactics have
Yeah,
changed, and
I exercised a lady last week. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I mean, I did an exorcism last week.
so you're an exorcist. You've done exorcisms then, right?
Yeah.
So how can you walk me through that? How's that? I mean, of course, we think you need to be an ordained minister. You need to be preaching, the Word of God and stuff like that. So what do you go through when you do an exorcism then?
It depends on what I'm exorcising. What type of demon it is. But you see,
well, you said a demon's a demon, so
but there's different types of demons. There's some demons that are just going to sit and tempt people. And then there's ones that just want havoc in the household. Some want to destroy people. It just depends on the type.
Well, the demon that's going to possess a person is going to be a very harsh, very malevolent demon. So, I mean, what do you go through in your exorcism to get that demon out of the person it's possessing? Are you able to tell me that?
It depends. Sometimes you have to, I will say, conjure.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to get angels to intervene and help you.
Okay,
after an exorcism, people have to change their lifestyle. It's not like, something attracted the demon to you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
People have to change their lifestyle afterward, or else, it's going to come right back.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I know we got to be good. I mean, we got to be good, but I'm talking about we've got a possessed person in front of us right now, okay? And this demon is not letting this person go, and you could look at the movie The Exorcist, whatever, and say that's how bad it is. I'm trying to get out of you what you do. You just told me you can conjure an angel for help, but I thought that angels don't interfere, God don't interfere. I mean,
that's why you have to pray and ask God to let an angel interfere to help with help a person. There's some things that I really don't want to tell people, because then they can go out and do it. Because not everybody can do it.
Right.
I don't want to sit and tell, well, this is how I do this. Then you got people going out doing that, and it's not working. Just like the sage. People found out about sage. Good God, man. They use it like crazy.
It sounds to me like you just do not like sage, that's for sure.
No, I just don't like people thinking that's the answer to everything.
Right. No,
but it's
I
one of the
understand.
things they leaked out on TV.
Yeah.
And like, if I use some things I do to get rid of things, people going to hear that. And then they're going to try. But it doesn't help with everyone.
Right.
And they're not instant. There is no instant cure when it's paranormal. It's not, bam, everything's great. Exorcisms go on for weeks. Not a day, not 2 days, not 2 hours like a movie. They go on for weeks. Yeah, we got it out of her last week. Got to go next week to make sure. Although everything's great.
So it's just a matter of praying and praying and praying until an angel or something helps you push the demon out of the body.
No.
Okay.
That's one way, but no, that don't always work on its own.
Well, please, if you can, because this is important to me. I really do want to learn and understand how this stuff works, and how did you get the demon out of the person? Other than praying, and kind of try to tell me the best way you can.
I really can't. Because I don't want to get
But isn't it important? In the field to let people know what they can do. If I mean, there could be somebody out there right now, I mean, that's in such dire need of help. They're on the verge of, committing suicide, dying. They can't take this no more. And this could be just the thing they need to know how to exorcise this demon. I'm not sure.
If they're at that point, like I said, everybody can't do it. But if they're at the point, they can't do it on their own. So
but if you can do it,
everybody can do that.
But if you can do it,
it's not like you buy a gun that you can shoot. That's not how it works.
No. I know that, but if you can do it, can you tell me how you can do it? You just don't want to tell me?
I just don't want to.
Man, that kind of hurts a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure why you wouldn't go ahead and help somebody out and let me know. I mean, it can't be that bad that you couldn't get the info out.
But it is, because people will try to do it, and not everyone can do it.
Okay, so even if that's the case, though,
if I told you to keep evil out of your life, you have to eat macaroni every day. You have people buying macaroni and eating, and that's great. If it was something simple like eat macaroni, hey, I'd tell you. But it's not that simple.
But if it doesn't work, people will stop eating macaroni. That's what I'm saying. If there's you're saying because there's people who will go and try it and it won't work. Well, then that's them. I'm talking about you who can exorcise a demon out of a person who's possessed, and I need to know how you can do that. You can't be afraid to let somebody try, unless you're telling me that they're going to do some more damage than good. And that's even hard to believe, because if that person's possessed and there's nothing they can do, then you can't do no more harm by letting that person know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it will get worse, because it go from being in that person to the person that's investigating it, destroy their life, and then just pick right back up where it left off with the other person.
Yeah, somebody in the chat did say that they thought that you did say everyone could do it, and then you said that everyone can't. So
everybody can't do it.
Okay.
But you're sitting there,
But I need something from you,
like
Harold.
Sage. Look at Sage. People think that's the answer to everything, and that's not true.
No, I know you the whole Sage thing. I know that. I mean, but I really need something from you, Harold. You got to give me something, man. I mean, there's got to be something you can give me on how to exorcise a demon out of a person. I mean, I've heard people talk to real priests from the Catholic monasteries and stuff that really have gone into detail on how to exorcise a demon from a person. I just really want to try to understand how you do it.
How I do it?
Yes.
Well, first you have to neutralize the environment with different types of herbs and things. Sage is one of those herbs.
Okay.
You have to neutralize the environment and have everything stable. You don't want any weapons in the room at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just crazy.
Okay.
And you start praying, and then you start, you can always read rites of exorcism, straight out of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way, right there.
Well, what kind of herbs? It's sage, and you say there are other herbs and stuff you would use?
Yeah, herbs, sweetgrass, rosemary, things like that are, they use these at the Catholic Church, usually with their, they'll walk by that thing that they swing around. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, that wards off evil.
So
you want to get...
So why would that, if somebody were to try that, okay, on their own, how would that be... a bad thing to let people know then? I mean, that seems...
That's not the bad part.
Okay.
We haven't got there.
Okay, keep going then.
Okay, let's say you have somebody trying to exercise something,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and they molest their kids, and they beat their wife,
Mm-hmm.
and they do more dope than anything you've ever seen. How successful is that going to be? It's not. The spirit might exit that person and go into the person trying to do it. You have to have a certain type of lifestyle that, you can't be this deviant person and go in and do it. Like I said, shoot a gun, you just need gun and bullets to do this. You have to live a certain lifestyle. That's another thing. Do people get possessed that do this? Yes. A normal paranormal group, just a paranormal group in general, I don't think they belong researching demonic cases. I don't. Because it's way too dangerous. It gets dangerous real quick. Because a demon, the first thing it's going to do is attack you. And how is it going to hit you? No. It's going to hit you where it hurts. It's going to attack your family.
Okay. So that's so the most dangerous part of the exorcism is what?
You yourself becoming possessed, or the person that you're exercising. Sometimes you have to restrain them.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll try to hurt you.
Are there things you can do to protect yourself so they don't enter somebody else, or is that just something you can't control?
Yeah, you have to. You got to clear the room. You got to clear that room.
Okay.
And it don't, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to do it. Some exorcisms, go on for years.
Really? Huh.
Oh yeah.
Well, that would not be good at all. Wow. Okay. Okay, Harold. Yeah, that was rough, man. Trying to get that out of you. I just really needed to know, because demons. I mean, that's probably as bad as you can get, in the field. So, in possession and to try to exercise,
There are other spirits that are more powerful than demons.
And
Anything that the spirit form is their natural form, like demons, are dangerous.
Well, what is more powerful than a demon? They're 100 times more powerful than any ghost or spirit. What is more powerful?
They're 100 times more powerful than a human spirit.
Okay.
Otherworldly spirits, the Atuk, which is a spirit from the Atuk, which isn't really discussed a whole bunch. They're more powerful than a demon. How many cases of that have I had? 0. Thank God. I've just read up and researched it.
Okay. Well, what kind of other evil spirits? I mean, what would they be called? What are they?
Other type of evil spirits, I guess that'd be what they're called. Evil spirits. Evil.
Are they of this world? I mean, they're not fallen angels. I mean, are they of this world?
Most of them that are evil that have a lot of power are not in this world. Like I said, if their normal state is spiritual form, they're highly dangerous.
Okay, and they come from other
dimensions.
Okay, there we go. We got. Okay, and you say they're even more powerful than the demons, the fallen angels. And do they combat? Do they combat and fight with the demons themselves? Do they?
I doubt. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like I sit down and interview the demons and ask, how do you get along with the Atuk? Like they tell me if they did. Demons aren't helpful. at all. And they think they can help you with something, then they're not going to help you.
But you definitely know they exist.
Yeah. I've researched enough to know they exist. Now, do I definitely have one in my basement or garage that I can pull out and show you? No, I do not. I just know, they've been documented and to exist.
Okay. Well, how often do you guys get cases in the Haunt Analyst, your paranormal group?
We get cases, we used to get just 2 or 3 a month. But, like I told you earlier, I've been on the kind of a break a little bit. So we've been getting like a case a month.
Okay.
Now, what we do for a fundraiser every year, we do something called Haunt Tour, where we carry people out to active locations and let them become a ghost hunter, experience, paranormal that way. And, we did the fundraiser like an exorcism I had to pull off last week. That's 2 hours away from me. And people always don't have, money for a gas donation. I've gone on some investigations which are 4 and 5 hours away from my house. And that's all within the state,
Yeah.
That's what we do the fundraiser for. We have funds to go from A to B. And it's really been tough for these crazy gas prices,
Oh, yeah. No, I hear you, man. It's not easy. It takes money and to keep things going. So I hear you there. Do you still enjoy?
Yeah, it's hard.
Do you still?
It's hard.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask you if you still enjoy what you do, helping people with
I
this.
love it. I love it.
Have you?
If I didn't, I wouldn't do it.
Right. Have you encountered anything out of the ordinary, other than the demons in all of your investigations? Anything that you would say, wow, this is really weird?
I don't know. Maybe some people have, like their kids will move out of the house and you go because their house is haunted. And I'll have these pets, and these pets have their own room. And that's weird to me.
You mean living or?
Yeah, they're alive. It's their pet. I'm just saying it's their thing. People have, this pet has its own bedroom.
Well, yeah, some
posters and everything else. That's crazy.
Some people think of their pets. They can't have children. They think of them as their children. So they go all out and. Yeah, I mean that's something, and that's I guess you can see that as strange for some reason, but it does show love, so that's at least one good thing in that,
Yeah, I love my dog like, a kid, but I'm not, give him his own room.
Wow. But you've encountered poltergeist activity, stuff like that. Do you think the poltergeist thing has to do with like they say, the female coming of puberty and all that other stuff?
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
Yeah, I thought they already ruled that out. I thought, where I was thinking that poltergeist, when people say that it's a poltergeist case, that it's just a person that's putting off energy, making things happen around them. I thought that got settled back in 2008.
Well, I don't know if they could. I don't know if they really. Then. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the evidence was really, brought to light, saying, "Oh, this is it. This is for sure what a poltergeist is." But I think you're right that they've narrowed it down and say, "Hey, I think that this is what it is." But
yeah, because things that usually go on the poltergeist case isn't really directed at a certain person.
Right.
Like a mother or father, the activity sits around the person that has the energy coming out of them.
Yeah.
Or with a malevolent haunting where it's moving stuff and throwing things, things usually happen around a person, individual.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else other than, a person putting off energy doing that, this is an intelligent haunting. Now, just because it's doing mean things don't always mean it's malevolent. Just because it can throw something doesn't mean it's demonic, although people think that. Intelligent spirits do things to get people's attention, and sometimes throwing stuff at people's the only way to get it.
Yeah. So you believe in the whole, we as humans have the ability to conjure up that kind of energy, telekinesis, and throwing objects of, stuff like that. You believe that?
To conjure it up? Yeah, I think some people are born with that ability, and then it comes out. But as far as, I don't know if somebody could train to be telekinetic. I mean, I guess they can, since, the FBI and all that studies going on with LSD and like remote viewing and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be something to it. I mean, there's been enough research throughout the years that point to that. I mean, if the higher ups would be that intent on doing research on the subject and putting that much money into it, there's got to be something to it,
Well, I'll tell you where I get, my education from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm associated with the Institute of Metaphysics. And it's the American Institute of Metaphysics. You can go online, and they have classes on demonology, cryptology, paranormal research, paranormal science. That's the way you can get educated. Now, they do give degrees out, as well. But, I mean, that's where I got my education from, that and the field.
Do you got to pay for that?
Oh, yeah, the Institute of Metaphysics. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't get any money for it. Yeah, you got to pay for that education.
No, I understand.
I think it's worth it. I mean, I wouldn't endorse it if it wasn't. And I'm really no bullshit. If it was bullshit, I wouldn't tell you to do it. But I would do it, get more education. I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying if you're serious about doing this stuff, you need this information. It's a reliable source.
Mm-hmm. Well, very interesting, man. Wow. Okay, man. Well, you know what? We got about an hour in here. Yeah, I mean, I think we covered all of everything we could about demonology for sure.
Yeah.
And if anybody's interested, they can check out your Facebook group, I believe it is, the Haunt Analyst.
Yeah, I got a website, hauntanalyst.com.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put the link in with the description and all that too afterwards, so they can go visit the website and the Facebook group and check you guys out. And because you guys are the original Georgia Ghost Hunters, so everybody remember that. You guys have been doing this long enough so that you know what you're doing. So for sure, thank you very much, Harold, for coming on with me and talking about this. I enjoyed the banter back and forth, and I mean, this is really a subject I really like talking about, so I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping people, just have this closed, like, I thought everybody knew about the ghost being able to pick up 10 pounds.
No,
maybe.
I've never heard of that before.
No?
No, I've never heard of that before. I mean, I don't know how I missed it, but, I guess everybody misses something here and there. That was one I never picked up on. And I've watched a lot of paranormal shows, and, maybe that's just something
they don't talk about it on TV. And I mean, it's in...
You'd have to get into the literature and stuff like that for that, right? Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, man, I had a great time. Sorry I can't disclose some things, but...
No, that's all right. I understand. I mean, you say what you need to say, and You just keep going and doing you're good and helping people out for sure. And, keeping the world a better place, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to every day.
I hear you, man. Okay, Harold. Well, I'm going to end the show, and I appreciate it again. I will put all the links on the descriptions I got. And, you take care, man, and peace and love to you, okay?
You too. Be good.
You too, Harold. You take care.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, everybody. That was Harold Berryman of Analyst, and well, we had a little bit of banter going back and forth on the demonology. So he told us what he could, and well, I can't ask for more. I dug as deep into it as I could, for sure. And everything aside, I thought it was a great show. Harold, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And again, everybody, check out www.pitnradionetwork.com. And hopefully check out the blog up at the top. That's where it's got all our shows upcoming. And we do got some really great guests coming up in the next week. Most of our shows are 2 hours long. I've been dealing with some migraines that I haven't had in years the past 2 nights here. So they were kind of cut short a bit, closer to 2-hour shows. But we'll get back on schedule next week with 2-hour shows. And Voices Carry on Wednesday night. Pass along that we are here every Thursday and Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern with guests. So we're doing it regularly. And Wednesday nights too at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And with that said, I will let everybody go, all my Paranormal Into the Night fans. Love you guys, peace and love, and I'm out.